Hi, Dave Weiss here, and welcome to the Glue Bomb Show. Today is a little different. Today I want to talk about those want-to-have kits, those must-have kits, those kits that you really desire to have. For me, there are a couple that come to mind. The first one is I would love to have a 1950 Dodge panel truck like my dad had. I have never seen that anyone has manufactured one, but I would probably be really in the running for something like that. The other ones, again, are kind of sentimental. I would love to have a 72 Chevelle. And the reason for that is really simple. My first car was a 72 Chevelle. My dad helped me get it. It was a $600 car back then. And it was really kind of nice, but, not really overly cool, but it was a Chevelle. It was a Malibu, not really the SS or anything like that. But it was still a good car. It had a 307 under the hood, which was not a huge motor for those days, but it's basically the same size as a 5.0 Mustang, so what do you know, right? I loved so much about that car. It was not in great shape, but it was, my dad didn't have a lot of money, and he was trying really hard to help me out, and he set me up with what was really a cool car that really saw me through a lot. I think maybe that's why I won it. It was the car that I drove to college. It was the car I went on my first date in. It was so many things about that car. I tucked a stereo into it that was insanely stupid. It probably cost a third at least to half of what the car cost. And but it was just some kind of car. I drove it to college. It was the only car my three roommates and I had, there were four of us to the apartment. My roommate Bill scratched one of his favorite leaves into the oxidized paint on the trunk lid. He thought it was pretty cool. All I thought was how dead I was going to be when my parents saw it. But it's a car that I'll never forget. It's the car I drove 3/4 of the night to see the Rolling Stones at the Pontiac Silverdome. I took it to so many rock shows and so many other things, and it's just a good memory. And so I would love to have a 72 Chevelle model kit, but the truth be known, I don't want to pay a whole lot of money for it. And the reason for that is twofold. Number one, I don't really have a whole lot of money, but secondly, I'm not going to want to make it look cool. I'm going to want to try to paint it that gold color with the black vinyl roof. I might even oxidize the paint and see if I can't scratch that little leaf into it just so it's exactly like the car that I had. I'll probably skip the leaf given what I do for a living now. But it's just a kit I would love to have. Another one is my other favorite car that I had growing up, which was a 69 AMX. Now, when you think 69 AMX, if you're a car guy, you're probably thinking, wow, it was probably a pretty cool car. Now, it was pretty beat. This was my idea. I was going to buy a car that I could afford, and I was going to put a lot of money into it, a lot of sweat equity into it, and I was going to build it up and make it cool. And I was severely overestimating my skills. I was pretty good at building plastic cars, not so good at building real cars. But I had one, and that thing was fast. It was an awesome car. I would love to have one. Again, I would paint it up just like the car that I had. And that's another one I'd really love to get my hands on. Other than that, for me, of course, I love my Deals wheels and my cartoon kits. I'd love to get some more of the Ed Roth stuff and those kits that Stanley Mouse made for a while. And the name is escaping me right now, but they're all cartoon kits. They're really kind of cool. So I have a lot of kits that I would love to have. Again, I've already got a pretty good stash, and I do build all my kits. So I'm kind of behind, but there's a couple that I would really love to have. So how about you? Let's start something in the comments today. What are the kits that you would love to have? I'd love to hear what you have to say. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.